Good morning. We will get started in just a moment as we clear the waiting room. Good morning. This is the voting hearing of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, January 8th, 2026. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted this morning. We'll begin with the licensed premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. Item number 1, Mile 22 Inc., doing business as Cityside in the Circle, located at 1958 to 1960 Beacon Street in Brighton. Date of the incident, October 18th, 2025. Overserved patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 69.
Thanks, Danny. The question is whether or not, the standard is whether or not the bartender could see any visible signs of intoxication, and the testimony was that he couldn't, although hearing what this young man drank while he was there, it seems unbelievable to me, but I really wasn't able to get to a violation.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't enough. I mean, there's definitely reason to question it, but when you really look at everything, it just, at best 50-50, but maybe even less. There wasn't enough for a violation, not enough evidence.
I do agree. Maybe just some correspondence that just confirms, that they have a process for examining patrons as they come into the door, just to make sure they understand that they do have a duty.
I agree.
No violation with correspondence from the board. Item number 2, Stark Hospitality LLC, doing business as Hugh, located at 90 Exeter Street. Date of the incident, November 9th, 2025. Assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I think we're waiting on video.
We were told there was video coming. No video has been received yet at this point.
Because this was such a large fight outside, I'd like to see the video.
I agree.
We can defer, yeah.
This
So
will be
defer.
deferred to receive video evidence. Item number 3, Croke Park Inc., doing business as Croke Park, located at 268 West Broadway in South Boston. Date of the incident, October 11th, 2025. Assault and battery on a patron outside abutting the premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I did not see a violation here.
Yeah, once again, not enough evidence.
I agree.
No violation. Item number 4, Summers Boston Restaurants Inc., doing business as Hennessy's of Boston, located at 25 Union Street. Date of the incident, September 23rd, 2025. Assault and battery, staff on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
The testimony was that an employee did swing back with a closed fist. The testimony was also that this patron was the instigator, was aggressive. He kept trying to come back. This was really on the line for me. Whether or not a closed fist punch is an appropriate response to what was going on, it's hard to tell from the testimony.
Did we request video? Because I felt it was very much on the line based on the testimony. They said they didn't have outside video, but I think if we got inside video, we might be able to see kind of the precursor and levels of aggression and things like that. So even though they said it won't show the actual incident, if it shows the precursor, we might get a better sense since it's so close and we didn't have like victim testimony or anything like that. So did we ask for it? And if we did, maybe we should wait.
I think I asked for video and the response was we don't have video of the incident, but if we're requesting video as precursor, let's go back and ask them for that.
Great. We can defer and request that video of the inside, which the licensee did say they had available.
Yeah.
Item 5, CMG 10 PO Square LLC, doing business as Marielle, located at 10 Post Office Square. Date of the incident, September 12th, 2025. Persons under 21 in possession of alcohol on premise. in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Sections 34A, 34C, and 6464A.
My notes say that there's video forthcoming for this. I don't know why I would have asked for video for this one, but I see a violation for person under 21 in possession.
Yeah, I didn't have a note on video, but I saw a
Okay.
violation, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I saw a violation as well.
Based on their recent history, this would be a first warning for me.
Yes,
Violation with a first warning. Item number 6, Metro Dining Inc., located at 32 to 34 Harvard Ave in Alston, date of the incident, October 16th, 2025. Persons under 21 in possession of alcohol on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 34A, 34C, and 6464A.
So I'll begin by stating that this licensee is currently serving, they're currently shut down right now for a violation that the ABCC found for an incident that happened back in February. And Commissioner Saxon asked if how long ago their scanner broke, and their scanner broke in March. And the testimony continued to say that they have not replaced the scanner since it broke last March. And I think his reason was that it was expensive. But I know there are some other alternatives like apps on people's phones. In summary, I was taken aback by the manager's laid back attitude about what some of the mismanagement problems are at this location. To me, it rose to the level of actually egregious. Then to find out that the person in charge that night was a person that this owner told me back on September 24th, 2024, no longer worked for him. I think that is a real lapse in judgment, a real lapse in management skills, and it makes me question whether or not this person should manage any licensed premise in the city. I'm not sure people are safe going into his establishments. He has a lack of appreciation for what goes into keeping people safe, and he actually doesn't seem like he cares. So those are my, I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to add.
you literally took the words out of my mouth. You almost said almost everything I was going to say. The one thing I would add is it seems like business is tough, and he might be deliberately catering to underage
Yeah.
clientele. We've already found that he doesn't have the character and fitness to get a new license. So I think I know where we're all going with this, but everything you said plus that, thank you.
I have nothing to add. I agree with everything. I think that he has shown that he is not fit for this license, another license, any license. It's unfortunate.
So I find a violation.
Yes, of course.
There were 3 people that were in possession, 3 underage people in possession that were found that night. They're currently serving for a violation under the ABCC, I guess, given they don't have any recent history of persons under 21 before us. So my vote would be for a based upon the 3 people, at least a 3-day shutdown. I don't know if you think we need to go further.
I do.
Okay,
I definitely do.
I do too.
I mean, what wasn't he saying that they're exploring moving on from running this business? I don't think we're infringing on any right he has by indefinitely suspending it. And if he changes his mind on that, he can come back to us and we can talk about the conditions under which he can revert from that. But if the plan is to shut down and sell it off, let's let him do that as soon as possible. I say indefinite suspension. He can apply for a hearing on a violation day to come back and be reinstated if he's changed his business plans.
There's nothing he can do after 3 days in order to be ready. So an indefinite suspension would only be logical and reasonable.
I support that.
Violation, indefinite suspension. Are there conditions that the board would like to lay out to lift the indefinite suspension at this point?
I think he could,
Talk about that after, right?
yeah, I think he would just reach out to us and say, my stated plan of selling off this is changed and I intend to run this. And we could have a hearing and we can talk about the detail, what his plan is to run a better establishment, I guess.
So for now, it's an indefinite suspension to be lifted upon the transfer of this license. Understood. Item number 7, Boston BMA LLC, doing business as Marcelino's Boutique Bar, located at 2 Northern Ave, date of the incident October 17th, 2025. Service of more than 2 drinks to 1 patron at a time, 3 shots, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I see no violation here.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 8, Early Monsoon LLC, doing business as Don't Tell Auntie, located at 1080 Boylston Street, date of the incident October 18th, 2025. Blocked fire exits, table and chairs in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.06A.
I see a violation for the blocked fire exit,
Yes.
and they're fairly, I'm sorry,
No, I agree. I agree.
they're fairly new licensee. My vote would be for a first warning.
I agree.
Yes.
Violation with a warning. Item number 9, Paga Inc., doing business as Icon, located at 100B Warrington Street. Date of the incident, December 21st, 2025. Service to an intoxicated patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 69. Failure to supervise the conduct of the licensed premise, specifically the crowd, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.09A. And permitting a disturbance resulting in the licensed premise becoming a focal point for police attention in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.09E.
Thanks, Danny. First, I just want to take a moment and acknowledge the awful tragedy that occurred within one of our licensed premises, and our deepest sympathies go out to the family and friends of Ms. Cologne, who was only 27 years old, and a mother who leaves behind a 6-month-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. Ms. Cologne was out with her sister and her friends celebrating a birthday when she collapsed on the dance floor, and she lost her life on December 21st. And I've said this before, and it bears repeating, our greatest responsibility as regulators is to ensure that when people go out for an evening, they are safe inside our licensed establishments. That's our role, plain and simple. It's incumbent upon every licensee in the city of Boston to have a clear and effective plan in place in the event of any emergency. Emergency personnel must be contacted immediately once a licensee becomes aware of a situation requiring an emergency response, and the licensed premise must respond in a manner that does not hinder that response. This may include turning on house lights, turning off loud music, clearing pathways for emergency responders, and dispersing patrons as necessary. Given that many licensed nightlife venues operate in loud and crowded environments, it's essential that licensees have clear, well-understood methods of internal communication and emergency protocols to ensure that staff can respond quickly and can coordinate effectively and facilitate a prompt emergency response. The licensee testified that the victim was in the licensed premise for less than 30 minutes and ordered 1 drink. The testimony further established that she did not exhibit any signs of intoxication at any point while entering or while inside the establishment. We also heard testimony and we reviewed corroborating video evidence and time-stamped phone records showing that the licensee contacted emergency personnel within 2 minutes of Ms. Cologne collapsing. An employee of the licensed premise, along with a patron, administered CPR and chest compressions while awaiting emergency responders. Video evidence shows police and emergency personnel entering the establishment and being directed to Ms. Cologne by employees of the licensee. While there was a large crowd present, the evidence doesn't demonstrate that the police or emergency responders were delayed or impeded in reaching Ms. Cologne. I'll pause here. I don't know if any of the other commissioners have any comments before I go on.
I mean, I would second everything you said. If you have more comments, feel free. I don't think I have anything really to add yet. I mean, I don't need to like interrupt
Okay.
what you're saying because I'm seconding, I'm agreeing right along. So
I don't disagree so
Okay.
far.
Based on the evidence presented at the hearing from the licensed premise and the spoken testimony and video evidence shared with us from Ms. Cologne's family, I'm not able to find a violation in this case. In addition to serving as chair of the licensing board, I'm also executive director of the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing, which oversees the entertainment licensing. Immediately following these events, I suspended the licensee's entertainment license, and as a result, this business has been closed for 17 days. Having found no violation on the licensing board side, and after careful consideration of all of the testimony and evidence presented during this week's hearing and submitted to us after the hearing, I'm incorporating all of that into the record. My determination today would be to reinstate the entertainment license should we move forward with no violation on the alcohol side. But that said, I was not able to resolve certain questions regarding the precise timing of when the music was turned off in the main room, when the lights were turned on, and what factors influenced those decisions. For that reason, I am requiring the licensee to submit an emergency management plan to the board. This plan should outline detailed operational procedures in the event of a medical or any other emergency, including protocols for police and ambulance notification, crowd control and dispersal, and procedures regarding lighting and music during an emergency response. While I'm not finding a violation in this case, it does not mean that there are no lessons left to be learned here, and it does not mean that the responsibility of the licensee ends here. This tragedy has shaken the public confidence in nightlife in this area, and restoring that confidence is a shared obligation. People should feel safe going out at night. They should feel safe going to a club in this area, and they should feel safe getting home. That is a reasonable expectation, and it's really not too much to ask. So I'm asking this licensee and the other licensees in this area to step up and to work with us and Boston Police and other city officials. We need to revisit our nightlife safety task force and focus on improving safety inside licensed establishments and as patrons leave and return home. This is something we do not want to see happening again anywhere in the city of Boston.
I agree once again with everything you said, especially opportunity for lessons learned. And one thing I might suggest is that your comments might become the basis of a citywide advisory, a licensing board advisory that we could publish and send to everyone so we know everyone has it about the need for clear procedures in an emergency.
Along those same lines, as Commissioner Kern, I think a public hearing might be warranted just to make sure that all concerns and all voices have been heard in regards to these kinds of emergency situations. I think that everyone just needs to be able to take a beat and really figure out a solid plan that is across the board for the entire city to make sure that everyone is safe. I think your distinction between what happens on the entertainment side and what happens on the licensing side, I would like the family to make sure that they understand that. And so, some of the comments that we heard, some of the testimony that we heard on Tuesday about the lights not turning on, the music being turned on and off, those are entertainment matters. And I hope that the family does understand that there are separate procedures for both the entertainment and the licensing, just to make sure that on the licensing side that we're understand that she was only served one drink, and that it was absolutely unforeseeable for that one drink to then lead to some kind of emergency such as this one. So I just want to make sure that the family really does understand that.
Thank you for that distinction, Commissioner Saxon. So it sounds like there is no violation in the case before us. We are requesting an emergency management plan from this licensee covering the elements that Chairman Joyce outlined. We'll work to put together some sort of emergency protocol advisory that will go out to licensees and some sort of, whether it's public hearing or convening for licensees in that area regarding emergency response. within licensed premises. Did I capture everything?
I believe so.
Thank you all. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. Commissioner Saxon was not present, will not be able to vote on the following matters. Item number 1, Venky 123 Newbury LLC, doing business as Venky, located at 123 Newbury Street, has applied for a common victualler license. Manager Jeannie Davis, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item number 2, Ekis Pica Pollo Lawrence LLC, doing business as Ekis Pica Pollo, located at 604 Blue Hill Ave in Dorchester, has petitioned to change the closing hour from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m.
I don't feel like the licensee was adequately prepared at yesterday's hearing, and they do need to go back and meet with Project Right. I think we need a new hearing on this one.
Yeah, so I think if we deny this without prejudice, that would trigger even them doing an abutters again, and I think I'd like to see that. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
Because they would have to reapply, that would trigger the whole process all over again,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I would like to do. So I would like to suggest denying without prejudice so they could apply right away, but have to go through everything again.
Yeah, and that's a distinction for the public. Sometimes people get here denied and they get upset, but it is a technicality that forces the applicant to go back and meet with the community and do an abutters process again, which I think is very important here, especially with a change of hours from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. There was a lot of questions about not just double parking cars, triple parking cars, and they really did not have a well thought out plan. So I think they put some more work into that.
Yeah, and they have residents on top of them, right next to them. It's very tight. It's not a commercial area.
So rejected without prejudice, meaning they can reapply at any time, and a full community process will be required as part of any new application.
Yes.
Item number 3, 750 Tremont Street LLC, located at 750 Tremont Street in Roxbury, has applied for a lodging house license. Manager Armando Hernandez.
I vote to approve the application for the license and Mr. Hernandez as manager of record.
I agree.
Item 4, 507 Mass Ave LLC, located at 507 Mass Ave in Roxbury, has petitioned to change the capacity from 7 units with 7 lodgers to 10 units with 40 lodgers.
I vote to approve the lodging house application and Mr. Hernandez.
I agree.
Item 5, Lanks Wine and Liquor Inc., doing business as Lanks Liquor, located at 1055 Truman Parkway in Hyde Park, has petitioned for a change of officers directors and to change the DBA to Super Liquors.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Items 6 and 7, Emerson College, doing business as Emerson College, located at 543 to 561 Washington Street and at 219 Tremont Street, has petitioned for a change of officers directors and to change the manager of both licenses to Richard Madonna.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Item 8, Fan Hall MV Restaurant LLC, doing business as Margaritaville, located at 300 Faneuil Hall Marketplace, has petitioned for a change of ownership interest and for a change of officers LLC managers.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Item 9, 669 Center LLC, doing business as Tonino, located at 669A Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned for a change of ownership interest and for a change of officers LLC managers.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Item 10, JJDA Fernandez Inc., doing business as Fernandez Liquors 6, located at 1151 Blue Hill Ave in Dorchester, has petitioned for a change of stock interest, a change of officers directors, a change of manager to Frandy Fernandez, to change the DBA to Fernandez Square Liquors, and finally to pledge the license to Rockland Trust.
I vote to approve the requested changes, including Mr. Fernandez as manager of record and the pledge.
I agree.
Item 11, He Pub Inc., doing business as the Jeannie Johnston, located at 144 South Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned to amend the closing hour to 2 a.m.
I vote to approve the requested change in closing hour.
I agree.
Item 12, 204 Hanover Corp., doing business as North End Lobster Co., located at 204 to 204A Hanover Street, has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a wines, malt beverages, and liqueurs license.
I vote to approve the change of classification.
I agree.
Item 13, MJ Back Bay LLC, doing business as Courtyard by Marriott, located at 88 Exeter Street, has petitioned to transfer the license to CCC Boston's 88 Exeter Holdco LLC, doing business as Courtyard by Marriott at the same location. Justin McToll, manager, 10:30 p.m. closing hour, and has also updated the description to a 28,177 square foot full-service hotel on 11 floors with 1 entrance and 1 exit, consisting of a lobby, 2 restrooms, kitchen, and a bistro lounge space with 60 seats on the first floor, storage in the basement level, and a total of 81 guest rooms on the upper levels.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Item number 14 was not heard this week, will be continued to the January 28th transactional hearing. Item 15, the Dugout Cafe Inc., doing business as the Dugout, located at 722 Commonwealth Ave, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Earl's Restaurant Seaport, Mass, Inc., doing business as Earl's Kitchen and Bar, located at 155 Seaport Boulevard. Sarah Rosenstein, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour inside with an 11 p.m. Exterior closing hour.
I vote to approve the requested changes and Ms. Rosenstein as manager of record.
I agree.
Item 16, Inshallah Inc., doing business as Crave, located at 128 Brighton Ave in Alston, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Wan Shi LLC, doing business as Zhu, located at 903 to 905 Boylston Street. Yan Zhuan Duan, manager, and they have amended their closing hour to 1 a.m. They have also petitioned to pledge the license to Charles Delanian.
Happy to see this transfer application. My vote is to approve it and to approve the manager of record and any other requested change.
I agree.
Item 17, Tiger Mama LLC, doing business as Tenderoni's, located at 1363 Boylston Street, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Rosa E. Marigold LLC, doing business as Rosa E. Marigold, located at 1001 Boylston Street, also known as 400 Newbury Street. This is the Lyric Building. Juan Manuel Calderon, manager, has also petitioned to pledge the license to P12 Property LLC, and finally has petitioned to remove conditions affiliated with the patio at the prior licensed premise.
I vote to approve the requested changes.
I agree.
Item 18, La Leyenda Market Inc., doing business as Tropical Market, located at 371 Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has applied for a retail package store wines and malt beverages license. Manager, Gladys Marisol Castillo, closing time 11 p.m.
So we have seen a lot of applications for beer and wine licenses, especially in the neighborhoods of Jamaica Plain and South Boston recently. We've even seen a similar amount of applications for upgrades from beer and wine package store licenses to all alcohol. Again, our standard is the public need. It is not just competition. A lot of the testimony yesterday was based upon this is what this person needs to stay competitive, but there are 2 other places, one within 500 feet and one within, I think, a block that have licenses. I don't see a public need here. I think, and the plan was to maybe take over 40% of the square footage of the market and make it alcohol. That feels like it's encroaching upon becoming a package store. To me, it's not just an amenity. So my vote would be to deny this application.
Yeah, I was a no as well. There's always kind of this overlap between the competition argument and the saturation argument. And it's hard to distinguish them, but that's our job. I don't think this is necessarily a saturation issue, meaning with the right plan, close by there could be another store, but they did not make the case that they were offering anything that isn't readily available right there, or that in any way the other stores are not serving the demand in that area. So I was a no. Yeah.
The vote is to reject this application. Would that be with or without prejudice?
To Commissioner Curran's comments, if they come back with a more well-defined plan, we could take a look at it.
Yeah. So without You think?
Without,
Okay, so rejected without prejudice, meaning that the applicant can reapply at any time. Trim and trace items 19 and 20 are for new on-premise alcohol licenses. We have the next deadline set for next Friday, January 16th. Would you like to hold deliberation on these until after that passes?
yes, well, I'm excited to see both applications. Let's hold our vote.
Both applications will be deferred. Moving on to non-hearing transactions. The following are applying for a new common victualler license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Pedro's on Wheels LLC, doing business as Pedro's Kitchen, located at 87 Glenville Ave in Alston. Manager Pedro Alarcon. Hours of operation 9 a.m. to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 2, Golden Crust Bakery Inc., doing business as Golden Crust Bakery, located at 18 Hudson Street. Manager Jimmy Lee. Hours of operation 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 3, Reroute LLC, doing business as Cocoa Beat, located at 225 Franklin Street. Manager Onu Oskok. Hours of operation 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 4, Reroute LLC, doing business as Cocoa Beat, located at 131 Dartmouth Street. Same manager, Onu Oskok. Hours of operation 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 5, SM International Inc., doing business as Cow Galley, located at 38 Brook Street in Brighton. Manager City Mahadik. Hours of operation 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 6, Make Life Sweeter LLC, doing business as Flower Bakery and Cafe, located at 1618 Tremont Street in Mission Hill. Manager Carol Oldham. Hours of operation 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 7, Nova Eats LLC, doing business as Paku Katsuya, located at 145 Tremont Street. Manager Biao Wang. Hours of operation 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 8, Faux Town Brighton LLC, doing business as Faux Town, located at 89 Brighton Ave in Alston. Manager Benjamin Nguyen. Hours of operation 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 9, Roddy Morari LLC, doing business as Tropical Smoothie Cafe, located at 470 Washington Street in Brighton. Manager Ganesh Kumar Patel. Hours of operation 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 10, Frite Restaurant LLC, doing business as Frite Restaurant, located at 1336 Blue Hill Ave in Mattapan. Manager David Kanjay. Hours of operation 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following have applied to make changes to their existing common victualler license. Item 1, AUA 168 Inc., doing business as Riceaway, located at 296 Washington Street in Brighton, has petitioned to change the DBA to Nakon.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 2, ASMA Foods LLC, doing business as Falcaro Pizzeria, located at 280 Cambridge Street, has petitioned to add Anis Lahiani as an officer and also as manager of record.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Items 3 through 7, 5 different locations of the Blank Street Coffee. That is Blank Street Coffee, 120 Causeway Street, Boston, LLC at 120 Causeway Street. Blank Street 97 Charles Street, Boston, LLC at 97 Charles Street. Blank Street 282 Cambridge Street, LLC at 282 Cambridge Street. Blank Street 489 East Broadway, Boston, LLC at 489 East Broadway in South Boston. And Blank Street 647 Boylston Street, Boston, LLC at 647 Boylston Street. Have all petitioned to change the manager to Nicholas Sandilands and to add Matthew Duell as an officer.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 8, Hong Kong Eatery Inc., doing business as Hong Kong Eatery, located at 79 Harrison Ave, has petitioned to change the capacity from 60 to 49.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
And item number 9, Holly Crab Boston Inc., doing business as Holly Crab, located at 1098 Commonwealth Ave, has petitioned to change the closing hour from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day alcoholic beverages licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff for approval by the board. And on old and new business, item number 1, the board is in receipt of correspondence from AHF Speedway Holdings, LLC, doing business as the Charles River Speedway, located at 1420 to 1440 Soldiers Field Road in Brighton, notifying the board of the termination of 2 management agreements between the licensee and Super BN LLC and Birds of Paradise LLC.
Acknowledged.
Yes.
You acknowledge will be sent to the ABCC. And item number 2, the board had held an informational hearing back on October 21st to receive public feedback from licensees regarding Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 12D, permitting the board to allow licensees who sell only wines and malt beverages under Section 12 to trade in said license and be issued a non-transferable all alcoholic beverages license. Following the close of an open comment period, the board discussed principles to be included in final regulations. A draft was circulated with this voting agenda, has been shared with the commissioners, and I will ask if there are any edits or points of discussion regarding the draft regulations that are before you.
What we have before us is it represents my thoughts and the direction I think we should go in. If you guys have any other comments, you want to redline them for us, that would be great. But otherwise, this is where these reflect my feelings and thoughts.
Yeah, I think what was drafted is what we discussed, and I have no further comments.
I reviewed them and I have no comments at all. Thank you very much.
If there are no comments, then these will become the new section 1.08R of the Licensing Board Rules and Regulations. Those are all of the items before the board this morning. That will adjourn this hearing. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.